We're live and alive, coming at you live from Upper Yoder Township, 15905. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to say all that shit in a minute. I got to do a couple things, get a couple things out of the pickup here. Okay. So, how we all doing today? I'm good. Hope everybody else is fantastic. How you doing, Mrs. Hill?
Good. How are you, Mr. Klanch?
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Great, John. Glad to hear it.
How are you? How's Mr. Hill?
He's doing good.
Good.
Busy talking to the public.
Good. That's good. We got to do that. I got viewers already, so I'm gonna. How you doing? Okay, I'm live. Is that okay? Okay, we have to do it after the meeting. Okay. Hi. What's that? I always look good. Thank you, Dave. I come dressed for success. Okay. Okay. Still there? Huh? That's funny. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you like what you see, leave a comment. And if you don't like what you see, leave a comment. So, the Upper Yoder Township special meeting now. I'm going to flip this around here for a moment so we can see this. This is kind of cool. Have some updates here from Upper Yoder Township. On the agenda here is some people are resigning. So that's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting. So glad everybody can make it. Glad everybody's watching. So thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna do this so I can step back a little bit. Okay, let's do that. That's better. An interesting day today. So some things happened. Somebody's phone's ringing. Not mine. So I'm actually gonna do this right now. Oh, I can do that. That's cool. I knew I'd do that. So put that on vibrate. So interesting day today. Served a lawsuit today. I didn't serve it, but I filed another federal lawsuit. This one is against the police chief here for his actions against me for his actions for parking in this parking space here. My mom and I parked right here one day so I could file a complaint against the police officer who was violating my rights. And thanks for that, I got a ticket. Fought it in court. Fought it at this magistrate's office right here. Parking space is right there. Magistrate is right there. I asked her to recuse herself. She didn't. So, well, you know, that's, to me, I think that's kind of a problem. But anyway, we got that all resolved back in November. And, I held him accountable. So now he has to answer for it in court. I think it's whoa. There's some freestyle. There's some freestyle shit there. Yeah. I don't know what game they think they're playing, just leaving it sit there. But that's funny. That's fine. Cool. Do your thing. You can You can play your game as long as you want to. So, well, no, you can't. You have actually 21 days to answer to that, or I will file a motion for summary judgment. It's just that simple. So, do the right thing. Which I know you have a real fucking problem with doing. You always have. So, you can't run away anymore. You can't run and hide from it. So, you know, whatever. It's been served. How you doing today, sir?
Okay.
Good. I don't know if it's open quite yet. Couple minutes. Appreciate everybody watching and stopping by. Thank you very much. So, you know, I don't know why some people around here hate me just because I exercise my rights and I hold them accountable. You know, that's all there is to it. I wish no citizens ill will, and I don't even wish any of the cops ill will. They wish me harm. They tried to hurt me and they tried to violate my rights. They did. That's proven. So we're just gonna fight it out in court, and you know, everybody can go have a good day after that, I guess. I mean, I know I will. I'll have a great day after that. So, you know, I don't really see what the issue is. I'm glad to see some people turning out for this. So, you know, it's always good. There's a good amount of participation here in Upper Yoder Township. So, which is nice to see. I think some of them come for the shit show because I've heard people never came before I started live streaming these videos and live streaming these meetings and attempting to hold the bad cops they have here accountable, because that's the problem here. They have bad cops and bad supervisors. They don't know what they're doing. They're terrible at their jobs, and look, I understand. I mean, it's a popularity contest that they win, and they don't necessarily know what they're doing. They should be opening the doors right about now. So, I could care less how much they hate me. I could care less. Okay, him resigning, to me, that's effectuating change for the better. You know. Mr. Hill is coming over here in a moment. He has a thing or two to say, I believe. So, you know. They'll be opening them in a minute, Diane. They'll be opening them in a minute. They'll be opening the doors. Thanks for watching, too, Diane. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate you watching my videos and the comments you leave. So how you doing, Dave?
Good. How are you?
Show you off your shirt here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's backwards, but
I'm sorry.
no, it's
Well,
backwards.
I can turn around. I'm just joking. Hey. It's a.
You have the agenda. Is that the agenda there?
No,
Oh,
I
what
just
do you-
got a little proof of.
Oh, neat. Okay,
I'm
cool.
gonna present it. I'm gonna present it.
Well, what do you want? Anything you want to say, or you want to wait until afterwards?
Oh, let me surprise them in there.
Okay, cool.
Because they're all watching it.
Yeah, cool.
I know they're all watching it. Looks like it's gonna be a full house tonight.
Always is.
Yeah. Well.
Always is, and on the channel. This is my most watched.
How many views you hit last month? It was
I don't
900
know.
or something.
I don't know.
Well, how are you doing this fine day? How are you? Okay.
Got all the usual suspects here this evening. That's good to see.
Come for this
So.
shit show, huh?
Camera's pointed at us. We're good. It's not open yet. So.
We're locked out.
Oh, I just heard something, so they probably opened it.
Oh, we on? We're in.
There we
going
go.
in?
We are in like Flynn. So now I'm gonna flip the camera around and catch everybody walking in. So I broke my tripod, Dave.
Oh, no. Sorry.
I broke my tripod.
Oh, wow. Dave's on the case.
Johnny?
Go on, brother. How you living?
Good, sir. How about
Man, you got a hell of a handshake. That hurt my thumb. No problem. Actually, that's when I used to teach ski lessons. They used to tell us never offer your hand that way because that's the easiest way to get a broken thumb. I feel it now. There you go. They used to tell us that back in the day. So there's a little bit of tidbit information for people. Maybe PSI recommends that you give them an elbow or your forearm, not your hand, because ow, damn, that dude fucking hurt my. I don't know. My thumb hurts sometimes. So we have some of my friends coming up here. You guys gonna speak today? I didn't introduce you, but you're live and alive.
I'm gonna let her do the speaking.
Good. Did your situation get handled? You want to talk about it beforehand or not? Or do you just want to talk about it in the meeting? I usually say it's better just to not, because they're wall watching. Okay, they're all sitting there watching what I have to say, and it's better just to give it to them in there. So, that's what I would do. I'm gonna head in. I'm gonna follow you guys in. So,
All right.
You'll notice I think there's a manila envelope on the thing there.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. Is it there still? Yeah. They I don't know what they understand about how being served works. But it's funny. That's hilarious.
Oh, okay, thank you. Always like to make sure we're quick, yes. Speaking, oh, we press to speak, yes.
Somebody should dose that water.
Resolution 963, that's kind of like, it doesn't fly.
Pour that LSD in it.
Well, I can see it. I mean, it's my,
Period, right?
yeah. I mean, there's a trailer with no name on it, sitting around a little cone and down at the last, in the back.
Thank you.
There is an
Gentlemen, how are you?
an excavator.
There are the boys.
How are you, buddy?
What's up, Tim?
I'm taking it down.
Hello, Haley.
Hello.
Hello.
We put a white collar up there, man.
You good, man? I could be.
No, let's not do
Listen.
that. Everyone's
I-
all dressed up today.
I could serve I could actually show you to your table at a very nice restaurant.
I was gonna say everyone's all dressed up.
I was trying to
today.
make him be a preacher.
Oh God.
I
Speaking of God.
you know, I could be a Dudeist minister. I could.
Hey, how was the concert?
Which one?
The one you went to with your dad?
Amazing.
Good.
It was a good time. It was absolutely amazing. The Doobie Brothers. Yeah, it was.
Good.
Yeah, they gave him the first class treatment that like I knew they would give him. You know, wheelchair down, wheelchair back, golf cart to and from the truck. It was. The show was good.
Good. I'm glad he enjoyed it.
I finally got to see Jimmy Buffett's band. So
Okay.
I know, that's the only show I ever went to at Star Lake with the intention of not going in. I had fun with all them, with all those people that didn't go in, and I couldn't tell you.
You said you were bringing
People brought sand. People brought water and put it in their pickup trucks, and I was like, wow, that's okay.
Yeah, they were living it up.
I mean, it's a long time. Good time. Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to see you.
Oh, dude, you don't have any
These
shirt.
boots on.
Yeah, I came straight from Pittsburgh.
I have shirts. We have
Go to the
shirts.
back of the line, in the front.
We have shirts.
How you been?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I still get those, I didn't see it pop up.
Yeah.
There it is. You really checked out there. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what kind of meters they are.
Yeah, I don't know either, like I said, I mean, there's a nice one. Yeah, by that.
I guess, because I'm a township resident.
Yeah, the movies, yeah, with with this, this time and all.
Attendees sign in. Regular Manny is not doesn't attend things.
Why do you look different? You're not wearing a hat?
I wasn't wearing a hat this afternoon either. Wearing the same. I put the same clothes on this morning that I haven't changed. Oh, I took the shirt off for a little while.
Well,
You're lefty,
I
too.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I did take this shirt. It was a little warm this afternoon, so I took it off. But no, I've been dressed like this all day. I usually do that. I usually put what I'm going to put on in the morning, and then I just wear it.
Go.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Maybe that works. Cool. That's awesome. The whole page is wow. Awesome.
But, yeah. I haven't heard of any updates on it at least. Today. Getting caught up.
Well, wow, look at all the people here. That's awesome to see everybody participating, I think. Sorry, I'm just talking over everybody, but I'm gonna. Because it's me. Come on. Let's be real about it, right? That's right. Fuck you, Herb. That's absolutely right. I got flags, I got shirts. I do. I got my spots. Let's just sit in the front. It's not school. It's not the school bus. People can sit in the front row.
That's the list, everybody from 75. Wow. And there's like nobody there within like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, what's up, Dave? I think so. Oh. No, he's dressed right. Chief is not here.
Yeah, my husband Sean. He's one of our board members.
No, they
I didn't make my baseball meeting.
Hey, that don't mean 21 days. Too bad for him. 21 days, man. 21 days is no change summary judgment. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 I mean, you've done processes too, right? You did, I mean, recently, right? How do you do it? You just, how many processes of it? Yeah, it is a full house. It usually is, but this has been a shit show for the past, past 2 years now. Absolute shit show.
It's Jimmy Rutledge's, Jimmy Rutledge that you spoke to.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, there's so many Rutledges.
He's on our sewer board. He knows the-
Okay.
Jimmy's one, a lot of, project, foreman, out on the job site, about evolution.
Yeah, it was a very good time, it was a great time. On a semi-related subject. Contact run, but probably 7 paramedics for 6 years in the city and anesthesiologists. So I don't know whether you guys ever did anything as far as somebody's medical background, talk to folks. But, I'm there and
That's your body camera, huh? I know that sound. I know that sound. Mine did that when it turned on. I know that sound well. 701 people, let's go! Hey! Tick tock tick. There we go. You all right, Ed?
Huh?
You all right?
No. I'm not gonna get a hip.
Oh shit, that's not good.
At this time, I'll call the meeting order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the agenda.
I make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Right, moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Approval of the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Right, moving second. Aye. Opposed? Public agenda items only.
I want to speak for just a few minutes. I broke my tripod, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't have much to say other than I noticed, and from the representation here in the room, maybe the rumors I heard were true, but I've seen the new business here on the agenda items. Some people are resigning, and if you have this many people, I don't know who Chris Smolk is. John Hyder is your road crew guy, from what I understand. John Blake's chief of police. You know, there must be a real problem with the leadership here in Upper Yoder Township. There really must be. There really must be a problem with the way the decisions are made here, the hard-headedness, how many people reach out for help constantly and you stonewall them. You tell them, sue us, go to court about it, okay? Thinking about going to court, and this is, I'm still speaking of on the agenda because I'm speaking about somebody resigning. Your police chief was served a federal lawsuit for his actions against me, approximately right around 2 years ago, and I'm going to talk about that in the public participation also. But I just wanted to make everybody aware that he was served the suit today, okay? It was filed yesterday and he was served today. I also want to make it clear that in January, David Reho did absolutely say, reach out to me with a proposal to settle this. And to this day, he has yet, every time I've sent him some kind of correspondence, he has absolutely refused to even reach out to me. You have my phone number, you won't speak to me, okay? So, game on, all right? I hope every one of you who is up for re-election is not elected. You guys need to fucking go.
Thank you, John.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Dave Hill, corrupt Yoder Township. Hello, everyone. Always a pleasure. First of all, I want to say something to Susie. This thing with the generator, I've changed my mind. There is no generator too big here. We need to see these police cruisers lit up every night if the power's out, okay? Because they're empty, nobody's around, no police officers to drive them. It's awesome. And plus, while you're at it, why don't you get every one of these guys, and you too, a generator. Paul gets two because he's never living here. He's living down in Sandy Ridge. And no, the generators are a big deal. I think this way, we didn't have a police officer here. Blake's leaving. I guess he pulled the plug, but we have nobody. And you guys think it's funny. I complain about everything. You ignored me. Susie, you let that clown speak, running for a supervisor. You let him speak for 8 minutes, talking out his ass about me. That's Brett, by the way, and I don't get 3 minutes, okay? You guys are out of line. You're totally out of line.
You are.
And I'm like, this is unbelievable. But the generators, these cruisers need to be lit because nobody's driving them. You got what? You got Tyler and you got that clown, what's his name? Zach Ratsia, whatever he is. And then, by the way, one more thing, and I'll do it to you in the face. To have well, not an attorney or clown, call me an asshole at a meeting? You don't know about that, Dave. I promise you one thing, Schaefer's not here tonight. By the way, you can talk about it in your depot, he can talk about it in his depot. Say, Ed, sorry you weren't here, but that's enough. Get the generator, Susie, get them all. Thank you.
Okay. Approval of reports. Secretary income, payroll.
I make a motion to accept them, the reports, secretary, income, fund balances, payroll, and profit loss statements.
I'll second them. Probably moving second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Approval of other fund expenditures, federal general fund bills in a total amount of $221,725.17.
Motion approved. Second.
Probably moving second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Please roll call.
Bob?
Aye.
Ed?
Aye.
Sue? Aye. Paul?
Aye.
Approval of other fund expenditures in a total amount of $114,195.98.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Probably moving second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Please roll call.
Paul?
Aye.
Sue? Ed?
Aye.
Bob?
Chase? The report?
Okay, so Giant Eagle, we did reach out to them, just letting them know that they have to remove the dead vegetation. They did spray with an herbicide just to kill everything. Now they just have to go back in. And they told us that they will have it removed as soon as possible. So we'll follow up and report back on that. The office reached out to us about an anonymous complaint regarding an on-lot septic system. Our SEO went out with the Public Works Director and conducted a site investigation, and they did not find any evidence of any effluent discharge. And it appears to be stormwater runoff. They are recommending to follow up with dye testing just to ensure that everything is good. The certified letter was sent out to the property owner last week. So I'll just.
Does the property owner do the dye testing?
No, the SEO will.
Okay.
And then the last thing I had was the annual MS4 status report is due at the end of September. So if the board would like us to proceed with preparing that, we'll have it ready to go and for signatures at next month's meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Moving second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
That's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, unfinished business, 2026, 27, 28 garbage recycling contract with 2 one-year options.
No, 3-year the 3-year and 2. Did you say 3-year?
With 2 one-year options, 3 years and then 2 one-year
Yeah,
years.
the 3-year and 2 1-year
That's
options.
what I said, yeah, 2 one-year options. Yeah. That's what it says on the agenda.
I'll make the motion, we accept the bid from Pro Disposal with the 26, 27, 28 garbage and recycling contract with 2 one-year options.
I'll second it. Moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Emergency Operation Plan, Resolution number 973.
I make a motion that we accept this as presented. Resolution 973. Yes.
Oh, I think you were gonna say something. I'll second that.
Probably moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Generator System Project.
Okay, I make a motion that we rebid the generator system for the police station only.
I'll second that.
Probably moving second, all in favor?
Aye.
Question.
Opposed? Aye.
Question. This was a question, again, back to the legal issue, this was put out in June.
Oh.
Did you resolve the issue about the fact that the board snowballed this whole thing through and was made to order that this money was going back? And it was ordered by Supervisor Schaefer to hold off on it? Where's the legal implication of that?
We were instructed at the last meeting to reach out to the company.
No, that's
Oh.
not the question. The question is,
Okay,
the board of supervisors
Right.
railroaded this through,
great.
and it went through, and it was approved at the meeting that the money was to be returned. I asked Attorney Reho to find out what the legal implication of that is, and I was told that this would be going back through to take a look at it. I'm now asking Attorney Reho, how can one supervisor overrule the majority of the people to be able to allow this to go through? What is your answer?
They can hold the money until the end of September, there has to be a decision.
No, the answer was, the vote of the board was to return the money. It was approved by Mr. Barzeski, it was seconded by Mr. Amistad. How can this come back up under unfinished business when it was told to return? That was the question that was raised in the last meeting, and I asked you about that.
They reconsidered and they're gonna rebid.
So is that under unfinished business?
So should it be under new business?
That's what I'm asking about.
We can put it under new business?
How can you bring this back up?
Okay, we'll just put it under new business then. It's a different
But
topic.
this is the attitude that is becoming a problem. This was railroaded, questions were brought up, and it's being completely railroaded. And this is the thing. We're going back to, we called a question to Greensburg, which was not the issue. The issue is the legality of what is going on at the board. So again, we're nilly-willy about this stuff. This is a real problem.
Okay.
This is gonna come back up in a public forum again.
It's fine, I've answered your question.
That's fine, and again, there's your attitude.
Knocking out your ass, I dig. You've had your 3 minutes, shut up.
Fuck you. Don't talk to a citizen like that, you cocksucker.
Hey, just go away.
No,
The women in here, please be respectful.
no.
What about him? He should be respectful.
Call a citizen.
What about my right?
Everybody should be-
Exactly.
Everybody should be respectful.
Oh, yeah,
That's
right.
it.
Thanks, Ed.
How can you respect something that says, we're sending the money back, and one person says no? And I don't care if it was till the end of September, the money was voted to be sent back. Why wasn't it sent back? And one board supervisor says, no, let's not do that. How is that
Paul, I can't answer that,
constitutional?
Paul, but I'm in favor of the generator. I
How
just
is it
voted against it.
constitutional?
I'm.
You make a decision to send it back.
I know.
and one person says no. How is that constitutional? The majority rules, the majority said send it back. One guy says, no, we're not doing that. So now we're gonna talk about it again for 3 months. It's crazy.
You
The
called
whole
for a vote.
thing's
You called
stupid.
for a vote. So vote however you want to vote.
And you sit over in the corner because you've never been elected, just appointed.
Do we vote?
No,
Okay,
he called for you. There was a motion and a second.
in a second.
I'll second, as a vote.
So now we're voting to rebid the generator for police only.
But we already went through this.
I
We
made the
did it.
motion, he seconded, did we vote?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
I said all in favor, 3 said aye, I said against, I said no.
So a roll call, do we need to do a roll call?
You want a roll call? Go ahead, roll
Yes.
call.
Paul,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Ed,
No.
Bob.
thank you.
Okay, West Hills Comprehensive Plan map funding update.
That would be me. West Hills Comprehensive Plan has been working, we had a brainstorm with stakeholders where we worked on project goals, branding, and visionary information. Specific areas included blight remediation, walkability, bike access, revitalization, regionalization, and collaboration. In the meantime, we are meeting, we have, as a group, we'll be meeting to discuss key points, and they'll be doing, in September, there will be a tour by the Stewart Group of all 5 municipalities. And that's it.
RFP pension plans update. The meeting is had yesterday, correct?
Who's speaking, Bob or me?
Doesn't matter.
Well, we met.
One of you speak.
We met with the pension plans. There were 3 that were 3 companies, and we will be making a decision we hopefully before the end of the year. Because we have to review some other information that was not provided related to actuarius.
Is that it?
Yes,
Okay. Dave?
I have nothing.
Bob?
Nope.
Kyle's not here. I have nothing. Sue?
we had on a national night out and beginning of August was a huge success and very well attended by, I think, many people in this room. And it was, I think the people really enjoyed it, including the kids. And the other is that we are going to, the streetlights. It's often asked about the streetlights. We received correspondence from Penelec that under the 5-year LED replacement for all streetlights across Pennsylvania, we should anticipate it sometime in 2026. I just wanted to give you that update. That's it.
Paul?
Nothing.
Jared has nothing. Chief? Okay, on to new business. Berkeley Hills Cemetery. Is that those trees? That's about?
Mr. Hawkinsmith here.
I'm here.
I looked into that, and there's a Pennsylvania Burial Grounds Municipal Control Act of 1923. And if the cemetery is abandoned and there's an issue, the court can order a township or a municipality to overtake the cemetery and be responsible for any damage.
Okay. So does that mean the trees will be cut?
Or are you gonna wait for them to fall on our house, and then we have to pay for them? What happened last?
As of right now, we'd have to speak with the cemetery, because right now we don't own the property, and there's no court order which says that we can go, like, on the property right now. So that's something we'd have to talk to the cemetery about.
Okay, okay, if I speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
The volunteers in the cemetery, they're doing a great job cleaning that up. It's these huge trees that they can't handle. And from what I understand, they have no money to handle it. But they're threatening our property. We were hit in 2008. Our property was hit in 2008 by a tree. And in this past March, correct?
Mm-hmm.
One of those large trees snapped off the top, and it just missed our property. And one of the largest trees leaning right towards our property again.
You said it happened 15 years ago, sir?
Right, correct.
Now, what happened when the tree fell? Like, At that point, who assumed responsibility?
We had to pay for it.
It came out.
Under your homeowners?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, because they said no one technically owned the cemetery, so it had to go under our homeowner's insurance. And this time in March, it fell. They had people come and cut the tree up, but most of it was in our yard, half of it, the top half. So
Who
we
came to cut the
cleaned,
tree down?
what's that?
Sorry, who came to cut the tree? You said-
No one cut the tree, it flew down.
Blew down, okay.
Yeah,
But the cleanup, I think, was done by volunteers.
the main part, but the top, tip top of the tree was in our driveway, in our side driveway, and all over Braddock Street, so.
Well, let me investigate a little more with the cemetery.
Yeah, there's no emergency heirs alive that had
No,
that cemetery.
Mr.
So it's
Moskowitz,
Jimmy Moskowitz and Ullery and,
They're volunteer,
They're
they're
volunteers.
doing all that, but we've approached them to pay for the tree. And then, you know, the township suggested we call, what was his name?
Mark Walker.
Mark, yeah, so we talked to him.
can you investigate that?
I can, yeah.
You can help.
I have your cell number too, in the email.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
2026 Tran Transit Authority local match.
Listed here is, they're requesting a local match of $11,576.85.
Yes,
You'll make that motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
That's a
second it.
yearly fee.
Probably moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Chris Smolk, resignation and severance. He's a road worker. I'll second it. Probably moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? John Hyder's resignation and severance.
I'll make that motion.
Probably moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? John Blake's resignation.
I'll make that motion.
Probably moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Anything under correspondence? If not, we'll move to public participation. Please state your name for the record, whoever speaks.
Teresa Cunningham LaPuma. I came up here, we got married New Year's Eve and moved in with my husband, Carriage Hills. And I've been a resident of Upper Yoder ever since. And I've never been involved in politics until I started researching and kind of watching Klanch's videos. And I am appalled. The action between the board and the citizens. I'm appalled. The cussing, the swearing, the yelling back and forth at each other. It's just, I'm just flabbergasted with it. Now, what I came here to say is the Carriage Hills was under a water shutoff notice. And because there had not been any sewer compliance from the Carriage Hills landlord. And so I took it upon myself to dig into it and find out what was going on, what needed to be done. There was no communication from the landlord or us tenants. So I stepped up and I found out some information. And I want to, actually, you probably guys don't get this much, but I want to thank the upper sewer manager, Mr. Rutledge, because he was very transparent with what's going on, the timeline, what happened, why it took 18 months to get to this compliance phase. But he was very knowledgeable about what was going on, and I relayed that information to the tenants. Now, they did get a contract in place. There's still no communication between the landlord and the tenants, but the crew was there to work on, and I spoke to the crew manager myself and got all the information we needed that I passed down to the residents there at the complex. So I do want to thank you guys for that. You know, very, very good interaction with him. And again, I'm just appalled at everybody's language. I mean, we are adults here, right? We are adults. I look around and I see adults. I see you guys are adults. We can do better. We can do better with our communication between everybody. It doesn't have to be the F-bombs and the calling each other names. It doesn't have to come to that. You know, and I am looking at possibly getting involved into the politics here. Maybe. It depends if my husband can put up with me. And so I want to thank you for this time, and I appreciate y'all being up here, and hopefully I'll see you again.
Anybody else on the public petition?
My name is Haley Jansiga, however, I'm not why I'm here. I'm here to speak for Ileana Miller, who doesn't have the privilege to be here today. So this is what she wrote. Hello, my name is Ileana Miller, and I'm 18 years old. I've lived in Upper Yoder Township my entire life. I'm supposed to be leaving for college tomorrow, and instead of packing my things and being excited for the next chapter of my life to begin, I have to stand here in front of all of you and advocate for my family in the wrongful termination of two upstanding members of our community. My father, Todd Miller, was one of the officers that was wrongfully terminated in June, and the response of the board after the community backlash is truly appalling to me. Many people in our community have come together and supported these two officers in their wrongful termination at the Upper Yoder Police Department, and I am confused and heartbroken at the reaction of you, our supervisors. I am mostly confused as to the reason for their termination. I have heard nothing but good remarks about both of these officers, and both have committed years of their life, not just to law enforcement, but being a first responder in general. I do not know John Wire personally, but any remarks of him I hear in the community have never been anything but positive. And my father, a single dad working to afford our house, make ends meet, and help put me through college, which is hard enough for any family to do, never mind it alone. While yes, he works full-time at Rescheduled department, his part-time shifts at Upper Yoder were to help make sure my younger brother and I were taken care of. I have never met a person more willing to sacrifice as much time, energy, and lack of sleep to provide as my dad has for my brother and I. I am confused and angry at the lack of explanation and ask the board. If the roles were reversed, had it been your families, sons, daughters, parents in the situation, would you not be searching and demanding for answers for something as serious as termination to come out of nowhere with no warning? You are elected to these positions, but to help better and take care of our community. But if you cannot even give reason to your own decisions, then you should know what you decided was incorrect or wrong and should not be in positions of power. You are hiding behind anonymity to not have to justify your actions and decisions, and that is not the traits of a leader, but the traits of a coward. Even though I will be leaving, this is still my home, and I refuse to stand by and let people, our leaders, make decisions out of spite and cowardice. You want people to re-elect you? To actually believe that you want to make a difference in this township? Put your money where your mouth is. Be direct, say what you mean, and mean what you say. There are issues within this township that are consistently brought up at these meetings but never dealt with. Do your jobs instead of just dancing around the question and pushing it for a further decision that will never come. If you're going to make a decision, stand on that decision and give your reasons. And be ready to deal with the consequences and the backlash. That is your job, that is what you signed up for. The actions I've seen and heard are downright childish, and as of now, I am disappointed to say I am a member of this community, a community I have always loved, and not because of the citizens, but because of you guys.
Karen, you gonna speak? Paul, you gonna speak too? Okay.
Hi, Karen Hill, Upper Yoder. Thank you for the update on the LED lights, because I was going to bring that up. Haven't heard about it in months. The other thing I do want to speak about is the generator. You don't have a police department. Why are you putting in a generator for the police department? It does not make sense. And I, as a taxpayer, think it's foolish. You're wasting our tax dollars. Even if you have a grant, it's going to cost way more than the grant. Why? For what? That's all I have. Thank you.
Next.
My name is Paul Miller. I've been a resident here for going on 50 years, and I've seen a lot happen through this board over the last 50 years. A lot of things come and go. I noticed we didn't have a road department report tonight. Don't we have anybody left? They're leaving like flies. We didn't have a chief of police report. Well, he's gone. And can't you notice that the one person who's remaining on that police force is the guy who started all the trouble? He's the one guy you've kept and got rid of everybody else. Forced them out, pushed them out.
Ed Dye's a great guy, right, Ed? You told me.
You know, Johnny Hyder passed over how many times? Probably knew more about the roads in the township than anybody else, including you, Ed, here. Got passed over, he's gone. It's just one person after another that you pass over and who leaves or you force out. Never in my life have I heard of a police department where the chief of police didn't hire and fire. It's here, you guys hire and fire. Whether you're elected or appointed, you hire and fire. And that's wrong. Just flat out wrong. How many police chiefs have we gone through in the last 5 years, 10 years? Because they can't put up with you guys. They've had it. You were going to be in charge of the police department. What did you do? Turned your back on it.
He licks their boots.
You're the road supervisor, or were. What did you do? Ran the backhoe into the building.
What?
Yeah, you forget about that. When the new building was put up down there, you had the bucket up and hit the top of the building. But I see a lot where I live. I see a whole lot. And it's time for you guys to either step up, do your job, or resign and get out, and we'll start over.
Next, my turn. Thanks, Ed. Hey, Dave Hill, Corrupt Yoder Township. First of all, I want to say something, Ed. Yeah, go ahead and smile. I got a lot for you tonight, honey. Good. Yeah, right. Number one, let's go a little order of events here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'll get it here. Let's see. May 31st, you have a Saturday meeting nobody knows about. You promote this piece of shit to sergeant, a guy that was unqualified, never took a test. Sorry, I lost. Little Nick's trying to get away. Nick the rat, Zaccasia, piece of shit. This one's smarter than him. He got fired from 2 departments. He turned around, he got thrown out of Geistown. He had to quit, he had to resign, whatever, because he was going to get fired from Geistown. So what do? You told me, Ed, June 19th, you pulled my driveway before the meeting. Oh, he's a great guy. I said, no, he's not. And Donnie Wire's up Blake's ass. It had nothing to do. Donnie Wire's never been suspended, terminated, or had any discipline. Todd Miller, another guy. He gets a decoration for going in the river and saving a guy's life from Upper Yoder. What do? We throw him out too, because you didn't like him and you were butthurt about Donnie Wire's dog petition. That dog would have done more work than Nick Zaccasia did in his entire life. I complained about Blake. What do? That lying piece of shit says, I read your county records. You didn't read shit, Paul. You turn around, that punk's not here, but Janitor Rahor's here tonight, and he's good at covering up shit. You lied to me, Ed. How many times before a meeting we talk? You brought up about Blake being in New Orleans. I said I'd bring it up. We shut it down. You called me when you and Shahady wanted to file an ethics board complaint against Tinterlier. I said I would. I sent you a text with the ethics board complaint. I get 4 thumbs up from you. Oh, that's okay if Dave helps you out, right? You stick it out my ass by firing Donnie Wire. You should have hired Donnie Wire back and have him become chief and put together a real department. But all you lying, spineless pieces of shit retards, talk out your ass, play games. You want to talk about all the meetings we talked about before and after? Your ego's big, your brain's small. You lied to me. You used me. I said do something. Didn't matter until your friends the Wards got thrown under the bus by Blake, huh? And Paul's up there. Oh, it's a civil matter, right, Paul? I feel bad. You didn't get to promote Zaccasia on June 19th meeting. You would have said, I can't pronounce your name, but you're a sergeant now, right, Paul? You lying piece of shit. Every one of you. None of you stood up for me. And Janitor Rahor, just for attorney. You like attorney asshole better, let me know. I promise you, I know there's a few more pipeline lawsuits coming down. You guys are going to get deposed. Dave, you'll fail miserably. Talk about your county clowns. I want to bring the police records. You don't want them. The records, 4 911 calls, Upper Yoder, 2 mishandled. I brought up nobody. Oh, Dave Hill doesn't know how to call 911. Dave Hill knows how to call 911. My career was involved in that. Schaefer's not here. I don't like to talk trash about that moron, but we'll get him next month. Ed, I promise you, you're done. You're done. Paul, go down to Sandy Ridge. Don't even come back. And I've got 2 more meetings to take you guys down. I'm going to do it. I'm bringing out enough shit. Nobody's going to want you up there. I don't even care who's up here.
because we got 5 rats up there, we got better shit than we do here. By the way, tell Zach I see he's a piece of shit for me. You got 2 cops, all the part-timers quit, you got nobody in the department now. Nobody running it, nobody doing anything. You sit there and you act stupid. Go ahead, Ray. Take me on, Ed. Take me on. You know, one thing somebody said, very important to me, you piss Dave off, you'll never see the end of it. I'm pissed. And all you guys are a bunch of shit. Thank you. Oh, by the way, you're fired, you're fired. You go back to wherever. Go back to law school. I know you did it, what, twice and you passed? I can't even believe it. Susie, go somewhere else. And Paul, get the hell out of town permanently. Thank you. Next.
Tim writes, I'm here for 2 parts, EMA and fire. So I was advised last Thursday, found out on social media that there was a notification that the water was being shut off to Carriage Hills. And I then went to the sewer authority meeting minutes and found out that that was in fact happening. So make sure that I am correct. The sewer authority is appointed by you as the elected officials, correct? Which means that you are ultimately responsible for anything that happens to that. You are aware that there is a private fire hydrant that is inside Carriage Hills, and when the water is shut off, there is no fire hydrant to the 6 buildings that is in Carriage Hills.
And it's private property too. It's their private property, right?
Correct.
Right.
So that means that the fire hydrant that is there, the next closest fire hydrant to building number 5, is 1,600 feet away from the next closest fire hydrant, and there was no notification to the fire department.
Okay,
And
and
this-
who normally notifies?
I would think that this should probably come from the sewer authority, and that's part 1. Part 2 is that we have elderly individuals who live inside the building. So from EMA, I made phone calls to the county EMA, who then contacted the regional EMA office, and I would like to know where the legal authority is as to whether we have to deal with the dehydration issues that go on with the elderly people that live there, and how we're supposed to be dealing with the public septic issue when these people have to go to the bathroom, and whether or not we need to start bringing in water buffaloes to be able to have them help flush the toilet, and whether or not we need to worry about dehydration. And in addition to that, after I received a phone call from the first time I've ever spoken with anybody from the sewer authority in relationship to that, was also then I was found out that nursing homes. And
Has the water been turned off?
oh, but apparently there has been notices.
Oh, okay.
So my question is in which point is any of this stuff going to be relayed to EMA and the fire department as it relates to public health? And as elected officials, I would like an answer today.
Is this managed under? the-
You guys appoint them.
Okay, we appoint them, but do they, I need to
You are
understand this.
ultimately responsible because you appoint them.
So should we direct them to answer your questions?
I need to know because Attorney Reho is who I was told from our regional EMA, from Pennsylvania Regional EMA, that you are the one I am supposed to go to now to find out whether or not I am to help declare an emergency. Do I declare an emergency to Carriage Hills, any of the nursing homes that now have an issue? And I think we need to reset this because this is a public health emergency.
I'm only aware of one shut-off notice, and that was Carriage Hills. I'm not aware of any other.
I was told that the sewer authority had already taken care of one that had apparently occurred to the Allegheny Lutheran Home at some point during the last 18 months.
That one I do not recall.
So
They shut off.
if that in fact has occurred, they do have emergency operation plans that need to occur. But I will be showing up at the next meeting for them to start finding this stuff out. But this again is going back to, and I would point out that there is a lot of decisions that seem to be being made in Upper Yoder Township without the evaluation of downstream effects. And it is now bleeding over into other areas. And as I pointed out to Mr. Rutledge, this was a 5-0 vote. And the attitude that I received back, and I appreciate the fact that he went to Carriage Hills and did that stuff, but the attitude I got was, well, it was pulled away. That they're not going to shut it off.
that was the sewer vote, not.
The sewer vote was to pull it away, but the sewer vote was to pull it away, but the decision was that it was 5-0. 5-0 means that it was going to occur. How many people are in there that are going to potentially be dehydrated in the middle of summer? How many people are going to end up having public health hazards of, let's just talk about C. diff, let's talk about other hazards that are going to be there. And I recognize that we can shut water off to houses where there's 1 or 2 individuals. But we're talking elderly people that potentially are sitting inside of multiple buildings that are going to have significant problems. And are we responsible as township elected officials? This is now coming back to you as well as me. Do we have to declare an emergency to actually provide them with supplemental water? Do we have to have a water buffalo come in to provide water to be able to flush the toilets? Or is this something that the landlord, which we now find out does not even communicate with his tenants? Or is this something that we now have to say that he has to provide those things in the process of that? And the answer I get is, this is up to the solicitor.
I can tell you, Carriage Hills was a non-compliant for at least 18 months. They blew off every notice that we gave them. They have non-compliance fees that are outrageous. So we reached the breaking point. We were supposed to get, they kept promising that there was going to be an estimate from Gino Shore. It was never signed. That's something we've been dealing with for 18 months, where they just put their head in the sand and basically said, we're not going to do anything. So we had that.
So, and I get that, and I truly understand that. My concern, though, is what do we do about the public? I understand that stuff. My concern's about the public. I'll be frank, I could give a crap less about what their funds are. It's those people that are living in the building that I'm worried about. If I have to pull the emergency plan and call Pepsi Cola and say, I need 15 pallets of water and I need them delivered to Carriage Hill Apartments, I would much rather know that I have to plan that. If they're going to shut the water off next week, I can make arrangements. But I need to then know what funds I'm going to pull those from. And that makes a huge difference in whether or not legally, if the township can then sue him, knowing those things ahead of time, but finding out on social media and finding out that I have to now go back and find out later, or find out at 3 o'clock in the morning that I have a building fire, which has occurred in building 4, that all of a sudden I go to hit a fire hydrant and find out that I have no water. That's a big deal, because if you have not been there, those are called wood frame buildings, common attic. That is a nightmare. There's no sprinklers. They have no common fire alarm. And that is just a matchbox waiting to happen.
Can I ask you about the hydrant?
Sure.
Because that did come up, because I did talk with Melissa Radamike about this, because you and I did talk about it. Who maintains that fire hydrant?
That is up to the private owner.
And at any time, I know we pay for RDM to manage all the fire hydrants, right? Or
You pay RDM.
Except for that one.
You pay RDM to, I'm going to be very cautious of how I word this. You pay RDM to have fire hydrants exist. RDM does not flush the fire hydrants, and they have not flushed the fire hydrants in Upper Yoder Township in a very long time.
Don't we pay for that?
That would have to be up to your contract with RDM. They stopped flushing the fire hydrants in Upper Yoder Township, as far as I know, for a very long time, because there were too many complaints, because people were saying that it was washing away their areas and it was causing dirty water. I will tell you that our policy at the fire department has been that when we go to what we refer to as a standby at the fire hydrant, is that we flush the water. We were in the West Hills, we were in the Westmont Borough one time. It took 15 minutes for the water to turn from an oily black to a brown. So those are truly not always being flushed and maintained the way that we would expect them to. And my understanding is that certain fire departments, like the city of Johnstown, has started to do that themselves because of that. So I encourage that those things would be checked on. to find out if they were doing that.
Who's testing the one at the how do we know it even works?
The last time that we had a fire and the last time that we opened it up, if we go there, we test it, as we do
How
with
long
anything
ago was
else.
that? So we know.
Probably at least a year.
Okay. So you know it.
We know the water comes out of it.
Okay.
And it's on a 6-inch main that is coming off of Goucher Street. So to give you guys, and I know that when I spoke with the sewer, individual with the sewer, to give you guys an idea, there's a 6-inch main of water that is coming down the center of Goucher Street. There is I believe a 12 or 13-inch main that is coming up over this hill. Oops, sorry, wrong way. It's sitting right over here at the beginning of Sunray Drive. That fire hydrant is coming up over the hill. That is a large main. It is on a different main that is coming off of Goucher Street. That is the next available fire hydrant other than the one that's sitting by DeArmond's. So we'd hit the one at DeArmond's. The very next fire hydrant that we would have to go off of that is on a different one is sitting over here.
For there.
For Carriage Hills. Because you cannot take the one that is there. You have to go, you cannot rob them off the same one. So that one that's sitting by DeArmond's would shut down Goucher Street, and the very next one is gonna have to come off of this one over here for the amount of water that we would need. So I will be there, but I would just ask that in the future that there has to be foresight of this, because this is putting people that truly have bills in danger, and this is for optics, to even say it in that aspect. This is not good to put people that are truly hundreds of people in that area. It's not a house. They need to still drink water. And fortunately, the temperatures just went down, but at 90 degrees sitting inside of an apartment, what's going to happen? And I would also venture to say how many of them would have a letter, because from what I understand, if any of them had a medical condition that actually indicated that they could go to the PUC and indicate that this is against it, would they actually be able to shut that off if one person in there, because there's only one main that is going into that area, would they be able to revert that whole thing from the PUC?
Greater Johnstown Water Authority is not regulated by the PUC in any way, shape, or form, so it doesn't matter.
But the PUC can actually shut down any part of the water whenever they come into the fact if somebody does that. If they put in a medical exemption for 30 days. So, thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Tim.
I guess I'm it, huh? Okay.
Nope.
So,
I guess I'm after you, John.
oh, Brett, then I'll speak then. Speak. Go ahead, Brett.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
So, you know, I had no intentions on speaking here tonight, guys, until Mr. Hill spoke, and it was brought up, whether it's true or not, that an ethics violation was filed against me.
Just in case, Brad, you want to.
Well, no,
I don't
it's
lie
okay.
like you, okay? I tell the truth, Brad.
So,
Let him speak.
what bothers me is, you know, I'm not a politician. I've never been a politician, you know. I didn't even running for this position, honestly. I have a lot on my plate, but I think the people that know me best know that. But to me, that seemed pretty low and pretty dirty. I would hope that this board would think that I'd have a little bit more intelligence to look into something before I put my name on it than to file an ethics violation against me. You know, according to Mr. Hill, and again, you know, he thinks I'm a liar or whatever. I'm not calling him a liar. But, you know, if he's not telling the truth, okay. But is somebody up here not telling the truth? And he said that he was contacted. Somebody used him. Somebody on this board, and according to him, he named him.
Ed Marzeski.
And I believe Attorney Shahady.
His boss, Dirtbag's boss, yeah.
I mean, you know, I got on the ballot. I never badmouthed any of you guys out in public or anything, or went out and said, you know, we got to get rid of those bums or anything like that. You know, it's called running like a clean campaign. And I just can't believe that you would think that I wouldn't look into this before I put my name down on a ballot to see if I was actually eligible.
The question came up, Brett, would be if there'd be a conflict of being in your position with the DA's office. That's the question.
Okay, well.
That was the only question. And Mr. Hill told me that he spoke with your mother, okay? And your mother was contacted by Sue Konvalinka, and she said, I want to get rid of those two guys off that board. Mr. Amistetti and myself. And that's why she's talked you into running. That's what I was told, so that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I'm not against you personally.
And
I'm
here,
just telling you the way it was.
here's
What the
where
problem
I'm
was.
at, you know, this is, it's obvious enough that, you know, you guys are, your guys' jobs is to sit back there and make decisions on what's best for the community. You know, I listened to the fire chief there, and, I mean, you know, that, I don't know a lot about the water and what's going on there, but it seems like he knows a good bit, you know? So as being like a manager, you listen to people who know what the aspects are in that. It seems to me that there's a lot of stuff being leaked out into the public, you know, and then it's thrown on the comment board. I know John has brought it up that, you know, oh, I heard a rumor about this, I heard a rumor about that. Well, how's that getting out? If you guys are talking about, hey, this may happen or this may happen, I'm sorry. So I'll just wrap it up there, folks.
Talking. They let everybody speak as long as they wanted to today. Now it's my turn? Okay, good. Okay, well, I'll do what I can. So, hi, everybody. You guys know who I am, John Klanch, okay? And that clock, seriously, so you let Tim speak for however long during the thing, okay? If it's, I'm gonna continue to speak if it keeps beeping, and I might actually unplug it okay? One of the problems we have here, okay, that you guys have is Dave Rahan, okay? It really is, okay? He gives you bad legal advice, okay? Why does it take dragging, okay, and John Blake was sued in federal court. He was served today, okay? Your secretary did not want to acknowledge the paperwork from what I understand from my process server, okay? He has 21 days to answer to it, or I'm going to ask for a summary judgment. It's just that simple, okay? How much longer is he an employee of this? How much longer is he an employee? When is he resigning? How long is it for? You spoke with you answered everybody else's questions. Why don't you answer mine? 60 days. Thank you.
60 days.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Ed. Okay.
60 days.
I don't even live in this township, okay? And I'm the bad guy because why? Because I curse and I swear. Well, you know what? Everybody goes home on Netflix and hears the word fuck. Everybody hears it, okay? You guys use it, okay? Dave Raho called him an asshole, okay? Also, Kyle Schaefer called him pathetic, okay? What are you trying to, what? Paul Pioli was at an appeal that I won, okay? You had a police chief and you had cops who were brutalizing me and violating my rights. I started coming to these meetings to tell you about it, okay? And seriously, I keep saying it every month. It is Monell versus what the state of New York Social Services or whatever. It's a Supreme Court case. Have Dave explain it to you if he knows how to do it, okay? Bob Shahady told me in December of 2023 to stay out Upper Yoder. That's not right. I have every right to come into Upper Yoder. I live 100 feet from it. You guys had a pig cop who was a wife beater harassing me, okay? No business sitting over on Delia Street. You guys didn't care. You still don't care. Why? Because I say fuck. Okay? How many people in this community don't really care? Okay? You'll call me on it or whatever, okay? But seriously, if they're the problem, if I have to come to a meeting and speak like that to public officials, am I the problem or are they the problem? All I'm doing is exercising my constitutional right to speak that way. And every word I use is constitutionally protected. They're protected, okay? The shit you people do to this community is not, okay? Pray to God their water isn't shut off. Pray to God. You guys are ultimately responsible. But you know what your answer is? Sue us. Okay, fine, I did. Okay, and there's another one coming, Dave, for the tow of my truck. How many more proposals do you want me to write to you, Dave? How many? None? None? You're just not going to do it? Fuck it. Fuck it. Sue me and see in court?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what will happen, okay? And when I serve you guys, Alice, you have to take the paperwork. You work for the township. If the township, is she your elected secretary? She accepts every piece of mail from this. I know she does.
You have to personally serve the chief.
Dave, are you a process server? Shut the fuck up. This is my time to speak. This is my time to speak. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, run away, you little pussy.
Bye-bye, Gopher. Oh, Dave, what professional asshole you are.
Okay, so I guess that's my time. Okay, that's right. That's where he belongs. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me apologize to any women in here if I offended your language or anybody in the public. Okay, I don't care if I offended you people. I have the right to speak the way I do. Okay, Sue, you actually care. You give a shit. I hear you speaking every time. All these guys do is go, yay. Okay? Whoever you recommend, if you ask Brett, and as much as I don't like Brett, okay, and that's personal because he's my ex-wife's cousin, okay? He's my ex-wife's cousin, okay? I don't like him personally, okay? But if he is elected, God damn it, I hope to God that he doesn't act like you people. Seriously. You're afraid to get sued? You get sued. Okay, the next one's going to be a Monell claim, I promise. I promise all of you guys, okay? So, Sue, I hope you know what a Monell claim is. Please look it up, okay? Okay, I don't say this because I'm upset or because I'm threatening or anything, okay? I'm not saying this to inflame you guys, okay? It's because the actions of some of your employees were terrible. And you sit there and you made me endure it. And Paul, you came to the fucking appeals. Why were you there?
You lied about it.
Okay, you were supposed to be the police commissioner. You weren't the police commissioner. You didn't do a goddamn thing. What happens if a police officer decides to... You don't have any, so what's the problem? I guess Greg's here. Hi, Greg. Hi, Greg. Am I on your video? Hi, Greg. Okay. So, yeah, Greg does Greg still work here? I don't know, but, you know, so if somebody else wants to speak, I'm done talking. Thanks.
I just have a question. How can he serve a lawsuit if we don't have a police chief? Dave Rayo said we have to, he has to personally serve to the chief of police. How can we do that if there's no chief?
I'm explaining about process service. Don't worry about it. I'll explain about process service. They don't know.
Police chief, it was 60 days.
So what? Is he gonna show up?
Keep the records.
We have 2 full-time workers that work, I don't even know if it's full-time hours. I'm always outside and I haven't seen a cop in probably weeks.
Wait,
Like-
little Nicky's here.
You know, before you got rid of my dad and Don Wire, you know, I saw there was actually corrupt coverage. You know, they had mileage logs, but now I'll see that, yeah, the Princess Patrols that Princess Sacagawea, also known as Zacratsia, created. And I saw police coverage, and nowadays I don't see anybody because there's nobody ever on. I mean, there's always Pennsylvania State Police having to come in from Evansburg. I mean, what happens if there's a shooting or something? Like, what's going to happen then? Whenever there's no police coverage.
Or is that the whole map thing where we're gonna do the whole region area? Is that the purpose of all those discussions?
What's gonna
Is it
happen?
become regionalized? We have the best police department in the city, in the county, and now we have none.
What's going to happen if we go on a fire call and get attacked like those people in Kansas did? What police coverage is going to protect us?
Oh, Nick will be down at the Ferndale Jubilee for 3 hours until Blake busts them.
Or in
Right,
Cumberland
on
Township
July
at his house.
14th, Ed, huh?
My name is Kevin Kincaid. I've been here, I've heard a lot of people speak about that have been in the township for 50 years. I've heard people that have been here for less than that. I've only been here for 2 years. But what I have done is I have lived in multiple municipalities. And the thing that has struck me the most, other than those who feel they can't get their point across by using something other than profanity, is that the board of the board of supervisors seems to be basically a rubber stamp for decisions that are made in executive session, in the back room, in social media. Okay, there's no real public participation. Okay, what you guys just approved a garbage contract. Okay, what were the numbers in that? What kind of offers did they make? I chase my garbage can lids down the street every week because these people come by and they take the can off, the lid off, and then they throw them on the ground. The wind comes along and blows them down the road, okay? Now, I call them up, it goes good for a couple of weeks, then they're back to the same thing, okay? First, we don't know whether somebody else submitted a bid that maybe was a little bit higher, but maybe a little bit more responsible, okay? Our brethren in Conemaugh have roller bins with attached lids, you know? Would that cost us more? Would it not? Would seem to be more efficient for them to collect it that way. We get,
That's what you'll be getting.
That's what you're gonna get.
Kevin,
okay, but Sue, it's not the idea that that's what we got. It's that we didn't know what we got. This board does the same thing. You fire police officers and nobody knows why and there's no input. The water gets turned off by the sewer authority without notifying the fire department. I mean, 3 of the 4 of you sitting up there right now expect us to be mushrooms. You keep us in the dark and you feed us horse crap. And it's time for more participation by the members of this community before you make decisions, okay? Every place I have lived in the past, the item has been brought up for discussion, input from the floor, then the decision is made. Not this, oh, let's do this, okay, I approve, yes, yes. No, that's not how you run a democracy. You get the input from the people that you are supposed to represent. And if you can't do that, if you're afraid of doing that, if you are unable to do that, then, as other people have said, get your butts off the chairs, go down the road, do something else, and let's get somebody else in here that might actually work. Even if it's the cousin of Johnny's ex.
Thanks, Ken. Thank you.
Very well spoken.
Time to go,
Thanks.
boys. Bye-bye.
Very well spoken.
can I speak? Is it okay if I speak about the?
Actually, yes, you can. You can speak from the podium.
In fairness to you and the garbage, I understood that tonight they would just announce that it was awarded. We did have 2 proposals. We took the less of the 2, which indicates as of this year, the rates will be exactly the same, and there will be a larger can. But we will approve that at our budget meeting. I was informed that that's how we manage it, that we understand that when we have our budget and we review it, that it will go through, but we did accept, we're accepting that contract, which is $225 for, and that's the same rate you're paying right now.
And Sue, I appreciate the information. It's great, it's wonderful, but instead of just saying,
Right.
we have a garbage contract for 3 years with 2 one-year extensions, all in favor, aye, all in favor, no. No. Who put in the bids? What were the bids? And what is that going to affect the people of the township? I hate the word, I hate the word transparency. But there is no transparency among the members of this board with this community. And that's why you've got people sitting here and lined along the walls and unhappy when the fire chief finds out that one of his hydrants might be dry on social media. That's the straw that should break the camel's back. And you guys need to get more input before you make these rubber stamp decisions.
Well, you gotta listen too here, you know, I'm sitting up there, what response did I get? Well, Dave Hill heard it from my mother's cousin who was over there with Sue or whatever. Again, it's this rumor mill. You talk about transparency. You bring something up, let the public hear what your plans are, and if anybody here has a better idea, bring it up so that the supervisors can do it, you know?
Exactly.
Truly, okay, that's the way it should be run, all right? And I'm telling you right now, what's going on here, okay, is certain people are leaking certain information to certain people and using them as puppets, like my ethics violation. Come on, come on.
I don't even
You
know
know,
what your ethics violation
I know.
is. If somebody's
True,
flying you, but
true, okay? And that, you know, I mean, yeah, this is Brandon. He's my running mate, he's my neighbor, okay? Great guy, works down at R.E. Michaels, all right? We decided to run together, all right? Has a lot of knowledge into HVAC systems and all kind of stuff, all right? Kind of a jack of all trades with this stuff, all right? We decided to run together because we thought maybe we could make a difference, you know, truly. And then what do I get for it? Oh, let's slap Brett with an ethics violation. Do you think I want to come here and be belittled every meeting?
I didn't either, Brett, but you did me in March for 8 minutes, no problem, right, buddy? Talking about me, you knew
Well,
nothing
I'm not
about
a
me.
liar,
No,
Dave.
Brett, you did talk about me, you had no idea.
The problem is the way it was done, Brett. He didn't do it. He made him do it.
Exactly.
You gotta understand, if you two get elected, you've joined the good old boys club, unless we get rid of the good old boys.
At least no cops will get fired.
Okay, before we go on, am I gonna have to come back and decide about these trees? Is this something who am I supposed to speak to?
Yeah,
Okay, because
right.
I don't want my trees to fall. I don't want those trees to fall and I'm responsible.
We
I
fired Ray,
have
though,
no
he's
idea
gone.
that this was all going on and I'm a little overwhelmed here. This is ridiculous. Okay, just ridiculous.
In all fairness to all of you, because we seem to skip over the road department and chief of police. We do get, from Jared Campagna, we do get, in all fairness, that he does work hard to provide us with a report.
Publish them.
And then the other is.
Publish
the
them on the
police-
website.
The police department does give us an entire report, the police chief does.
Publish them,
So
Sue.
we do receive those reports.
Why don't we see it?
Publish them.
Ask your
You made an illegal parking ticket violation, illegal.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
You going to executive session or coming back?
Hold, one more.
Good.
This is the last person you probably want to see up here. I know this gentleman doesn't like me, my name is Chad Howe, but I like him. So we'll get through that later. I do want to know what's going on with our police department. I think there's been some drama that has occurred. We need to drain the swamp, whatever you want to call it. We also need to address the problem with the road crew. We need to figure out what we're going to do for this winter. We're in dire straits now, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in Upper Yoder Township, we're going to be in a world of hurt. First off, I do work for the state police. They're busy up north. You understand how far it is to get from northern Cambria down here to Upper Yoder Township? When we have surrounding areas, Ferndale's still afloat. How's that going on? West Hills, are we going to regionalize? I'm perfectly fine with it. My dad would be rolling over in his grave. I'm perfectly fine with it. Let's figure something out. We have to figure something out for public safety. Roads, fire, and police. You're not going to have fun when somebody comes knocking in your door, okay? They come knocking my door, they got a problem, all right? And I would pray for everybody else in this room that you have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, then you're going to be stuck with some bad person in your room, because I have responded to those incidents, and good people get hurt, okay? So we need a police department. We need a road crew, because how does the police and the fire respond when you don't have a road crew? And we obviously need a fire department with proper equipment. Thank God the fire department is run by the fire department. But when there are certain things out there, fire hydrants and things that are going wrong, they have to find out secondhand, which I didn't know about that. That's a problem. So we have a problem. Now you, as a board of supervisors, have to fix this problem. I'm not using language, anything like that. I am standing up here as a citizen of Upper Yoder Township saying that there are now 100% concerns. 100% concerns for safety. And I'm not gonna deal with that. If I was allowed to run for this, I'd be sitting up there and there'd be answers. So hopefully these two men back here, I have no clue who they are. I have no clue if they're vetted, whatever's going on, but do not undermine them. If they are good people, they're good people, okay? And you hold up to that standard, period, okay? You do what's right for the citizens, not what's right for you. That's it. We're done with games. That's why you're getting held accountable by people. And they might cuss at you, they might yell at you. Well, guess what? We have to deal with it. On my side of the fence, we have to deal with it all the time. And there's a certain level of professionalism, you know? So Mr. Klanch follows me at 55 miles per hour. Didn't say they was tailgating on Ferndale Ave, or Franklin Street, but we'll get past that. We're good, you know? But I decided not to interact with him. I don't know. Was it divine intervention? Or were we not supposed to meet that night? Or did I not have the support from my upper echelon? Because I'm on my way home, he's on his way home. So we didn't have a conversation that night. But him and I'll square that away, and he's gonna love me, and I'm gonna love him, and it's gonna be all good. Rainbows, unicorns, and butterflies. But we have problems here, okay? We have major problems here.
Chad,
And
it's
we
rainbows
need-
and blowjobs.
You're, no, not into that, not into that. I'm on the straight and narrow. But,
Me too, but that's.
So, we have legitimate problems, and now you're hearing it from so many different voices. You know, you have trees that are going down in somebody's yard, you got fire hydrants. We're gonna be in a problem. If we have a bad winter, Mr. Paoli, we're gonna be in a really bad spot, you know? And, you know, do you really wanna be, we're in western Pennsylvania. If we get a foot of snow, we got 2 guys, and one of them gets hurt. One guy. The other one gets hurt. And we got what? One with a CDL, one with a Class A CDL. Get the other guy through training, get him into the big rig. Just saying, we're not gonna have the fire department plowing roads, and we don't have a police department. 2/3 coverage by the Pennsylvania State Police. I'm telling you, it's not good. When that midnight car is busy up north, because they are up north, and Johnstown isn't far down over the hill. They'll be up in our neck of the woods, and once they find out we don't have police coverage, oh, welcome methamphetamine, welcome cocaine, welcome fentanyl, okay? And Conway's already busy enough. If you've ever been to the ER down at Conway, and God bless all the nurses and doctors, you're sitting down there for 3-4 hours if you don't go to the right place. If you go to eye care, you might get in like 30 minutes. But if you could be down there missing your foot, and as long as they figure out how to stop the bleeding, you might sit out there for an hour and a half until you end up back in the ER somewhere. So just think forward. You guys really need to brainstorm about this, and I would prefer it to be out here in public, so we all understand what's going on. These closed door conversations, I understand there are nuances that we don't need to know about, but there's a lot of other things that are on the upper echelon that we do need to know about. I really thank you for your time and hearing me out about this. I just pray that something happens for the good, whether it's West Hills and we have to regionalize, or you figure out how to resurface this police department, because I can't be the police chief. I can't be the chief of police. Like, I can't. I got 15 more years until you got me, okay? So I can't do it, you know? But I would turn things around full circle in a heartbeat. You need to find somewhere where there is not drama-stricken policing going on. We need down-home, old policing where they learn your community. You need to support community policing so they understand Mr. Klanch, they understand me, they understand the Millers, they understand everybody in this room, because they know, oh, when this lady comes in, the trees are falling down, and they're gonna fall down on a bus, you know? Well, then you don't got a police department to block the road, and you don't got a road crew to clean up things, and we're all relying on one entity, you know, because the state police are an hour away. That's my career, but we're far. We are spread thin, okay? You got 2 cars for the county at some points, and they're up there fighting people. It's not good. It's not a good look. So let's get either Upper Yoder back, West Hills on board, which might be the best idea, because apparently they're doing perfectly fine, okay? So start talking. But you need to hire part-timers immediately. If you need to bump that up by X amount of dollars an hour, if you need to have them at $30 an hour, you know.
Chad, I'll let you know that we are in discussion with West Hills about regionalization.
Excellent.
We've been instructed that it's discussion.
They can't cover what they have now.
Police officers would know that.
There's one police officer that runs down in Lower Yoder. They're lucky if they see him once a week.
That would have to be in the contract. Obviously, you would say,
Right.
you know,
It's all discussion.
there's somebody that likes to ride around day in and day out, 3 loops around the township,
This
whatever,
isn't
you
just-
know.
It's
but-
not just 2 departments
Mhm.
discussing. It is based out of a DCED study that was done. This is legitimate what we're working with.
Well, she had a study
Right.
done. I think the community would like to know
Yeah,
that there was,
this is all-
because now I'm standing up here,
We-
you know,
we-
that's,
We were instructed that we could discuss it as, to let you know that it's a discussion.
Good.
At this time.
well, we appreciate transparency.
Thank you.
We appreciate transparency, and I reward transparency. I don't reward secrets. I don't. I flip over stones until I find the secret, okay? It's what my father did, that's what I do, okay? But I appreciate your time again. I understand it's 8:15 and everybody has a life outside of here. But let's just keep that in mind. The safety is the utmost important. This board matters nothing if we don't have safety in this township. Thank you.
I'll second it. Point moving second, all in favor?
I have one more question. How are you able to call Zach Cassia into executive session and explain everything to him? A cop that's been fired from several different departments, but you can't explain to the police officers and the police officers' families why they were wrongfully terminated from this department?
Can't be discussed.
But
It's politics at this point.
Why can't it be discussed with those officers?
Yeah, the officers who have the right to know why they were being fired.
Nobody else ever heard of it.
Because there's no backbone up there, that's why.
They were the personnel that got fired. Don't you think they have a right to know? If you're working somewhere and you got fired, wouldn't you like to know why you got fired?
Well, they find out. I mean, there's an investigation, so.
And I mean, not to mention the fact that me and my dad walked down an aisle, and Giant Eagle, you walk around the corner and then you won't even be on the same aisle as us, cause like,
You what?
me and my dad were walking down an aisle in Giant Eagle, you come around the corner, you turned right around and walked away.
So is this an FOP matter between the township and the FOP then? Do they have representation?
No,
No.
no, because they were probationary.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you guys coming back after your
No,
executive
we're not
session?
going executive session. We're done.
No, we're gonna talk to Rat Hole after me.
He's your You should actually adjourn the meeting instead of walking away. You did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you do it.
Paul made the motion, I seconded it.
Okay. All right. Hey, if anybody wants to comment on my channel, I'll be outside. I'd like to hear anybody's comments.
Give you this back. Thank you.
I'm doing.
More cars than we have.
I appreciate what you're doing.
You know, actually, for what it's worth, you said something when you were speaking, okay, and whatever it's worth, divine intervention, okay. Because of you, I became aware of John Blake. I went to find out who you were, okay, because
I'm my dad.
I understand, but let me say this, okay?
Go ahead.
Had I been driving the way you were driving that night, okay, and you were behind me, you would have ticketed me. That's just the way it works. Let me speak.
I got
okay?
you. I'm not
So
interrupting you.
I saw you driving like a lunatic. Number one. Number two.
Where?
Up
Just
Goucher Street.
Goucher?
No, stop.
Okay, go ahead.
I came down Eisenhower, and I saw you coming behind that F-150. Okay, you followed an F-150 out of. Maybe you were getting fuel down at Pacific Pride.
Nope.
Maybe you were sitting down. You were at St. Andrew's Church, but you came out behind him. Okay, and you were on him. He went straight at Franklin Street. I went left. You went left, and I was behind you. We did the do-si-do at M Subs. Then you followed me. I just wanted to see who you were. Okay, I just wanted to see what the car was. Okay, and I wanted to see how he would handle it, how the chief would handle it. Okay, and he did not handle it correctly. No matter what he said, no matter what he says. Okay, I witnessed somebody speeding. Okay, now my issue with you speeding in a cruiser like that on the street in October are all the deer. Number one. Number two, the other issue I have with that is the kids from Hiram Junior Center.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
100%. Always walking down.
You were talking about safety, so okay. I understand you're in a cruiser or whatever, okay, but we paid $50,000 for that cruiser. The people of Pennsylvania bought that cruiser.
Yeah, taxpayer money.
Right.
Yes.
You weren't on a call. I did all the math, and I know you know that. You weren't on a call. You were just kind of tailgating that guy, okay?
I wasn't tailgating you, but anyway.
I got you on video, bud.
You don't have that part.
Okay,
You
well,
don't.
oh, okay.
You were tailgating me up Franklin Street, sir. Just to let you know,
I
I
didn't-
timed you.
we weren't on
So
Franklin
there's,
Street.
it's actually called a PA bulletin.
We weren't-
Franklin Street, which Somerset Pike, Franklin Street, same thing, okay? We're coming up Franklin Street towards the hospitals. We take a left onto Goucher Street, correct?
Mhm.
We're coming up towards Giant Eagle at this point. And we both agree we're going towards Giant Eagle. Okay. It's 0.3 miles that we have to time a vehicle, all right? I'm in a vehicle that has over 100,000 miles, so I don't have the point numbers, okay? 0.1, 2, 3, 4. So I timed you for a mile.
How did you
That's
time
why we
me?
were doing 55, because it goes from 100,000 miles to 100,001.
Okay.
Okay, so we did a 1 mile pace at 55 miles per hour. You're
Why-
20 miles per hour over the speed limit because you were tailgating me.
Why were
coming
you
up
driving?
Somerset Pike.
No, I wasn't coming up
Yes,
Somerset
sir.
Pike.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
not
you
Somerset Pike. And I wasn't tailgating.
Franklin Street.
What do you,
The
okay,
Pike in.
so tailgating is subjective. What do you, what is the law about tailgating?
An
What is considered-
unreasonable distance. So I
Unreasonable.
couldn't see your headlights in either of my side view mirrors, okay? So.
All right, so
Ergo.
So
I'm
let's
like,
back up,
okay,
Chad. Let's back
I'm
up,
not
Chad.
going fast
This,
enough for
this is
him.
the problem I have with you
I'm
guys.
not going
Okay,
fast enough
you're
for
trying.
him.
Stop. You're trying. Stop. You want to see the problem I have? You're trying to cop-splain your bad behavior. I witnessed you. Okay, so I witnessed you tailgating somebody. What I consider to be an unreasonable distance you were following here.
How far away
An
was from
unreasonable
him?
distance. Pretty subjective, isn't it?
How many car lengths is that?
Unreasonable distance.
One car length or less is unreasonable at 35 miles per hour.
Unreasonable. I considered what you were doing to be unreasonable. I considered what you were doing was reckless and careless.
Okay.
And you have that discretion too. And you know the problem I have with this is because you'll tell all your buddies down at the Somerset Barracks, okay, about this conversation, and then I'll get another DUI, okay, from Gindelsberger.
Did I give you a DUI?
Stop it.
Did I?
Stop.
Did I encounter
You want to
that night?
reach out to me and be a decent human being?
Did I give you a DUI?
You want to reach out to me and be a decent
I'm not Gindelsberger.
You want to reach out to me and be a decent human being? Why I do this? Why I'm acting this way right now? Why I'm acting this way?
Accountability.
I'm accountable for myself. I wasn't tailgating you.
No, that's why you are doing this, for accountability purposes, not
Right.
you.
Right.
You are trying to hold people accountable. Okay, what is going on in local government? What's happening in Upper Yoder? What's happening in South Point? What's happening in West Hills? We can agree upon that,
Yeah,
okay?
right.
You
Okay,
do
so
not
let's-
agree with me.
let's
about-
back up. Okay,
you
so
do
let's-
not agree with me about 55 miles
Let's-
per hour.
let's
But
back up
the
on
PA
that.
bulletin, I was timing you, sir. I was timing you. I legally can do that. Your vehicle cannot, okay? Do you have a certified speedometer in your vehicle? Do you get it tested once a year, every year?
How many times
Pennsylvania State
How many
Police
times have you
does.
watched the video? Because I'm not under deposition and I'm not going to answer your questions. Because
I'm not going to answer anything else for you.
No, no.
Thank
Okay,
you.
but listen. Okay.
I answered your question.
Right. No, so,
but I was actually timing you, bud.
Back up. Let's back up. So listen.
Like when Wally was in the township, he'd stop by my house. I grew up in Meadow. When I came back in, he'd stop by my house. One day he's there and I'm Nobody would realize it was hilarious. But he would show up, he'd get community police, and if you needed something, he took care of it.
he knew
I
that.
didn't do anything. They fired two great guys.
Come on over.
I want to, Dave, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to clarify
We're good.
something.
We're good.
Okay.
I was timing you, sir.
Okay,
I was.
whatever. That's fine. Okay.
And I could have activated my lights and did all that, but I didn't. For some reason,
what my point
I just felt
was-
like it wasn't right, and it was actually after my scheduled shift. So if I didn't have somebody that supports me back at my barracks, which I did not, okay, then it ends up in, if we end up in a scuffle because maybe you started yelling at me and I took it as an aggression, not, because you do have a voice about you. You can, people are afraid of you. Okay, but being afraid of somebody and actual harassment stuff, that's two totally different categories. So I'm trying to
I know
just be
the law.
logical.
I know.
Okay, I'm just trying to be logical. I feel like you're not trying to hear what I have to say too.
You're trying to cop-splain me. Just let's back up. Because
I
I
know
want
the PA bulletin.
I wanted to have the.
Do you know 3362 of the vehicle code?
I'll look it up.
Okay, it's speeding, okay?
Right, yeah.
And then underneath that, there are so many different things. So a township, like Upper Yoder Township, can only use like a clock.
Right.
Or,
You guys can use
or
it.
pace their
Okay.
car, okay? We can
So-
pace.
so
I was
let's-
pacing you.
let's-
but
let-
you interrupted us.
I'm sorry.
because I ended our conversation, but go.
What I was going to say, okay, that wasn't what I even wanted to talk to you about. Okay, I wanted to thank you because like what I saw you doing. Okay, I thought.
See you guys.
So I thought from the Citizens.
Hey.
Sorry.
You thought that I was just out speed racing.
I didn't. I just thought it wasn't appropriate. So I went. So I did.
Okay, I'll meet you outside.
I did what I thought was right, which was go to the police chief.
And
Okay.
YouTube and everything, yeah.
And what, what he did was he said, and this is the problem that I had with that thing was, he's a state trooper. I can't do anything about it. Which in fact he could have.
He could
Okay.
have called my sergeant just like you called my sergeant.
He could have. I mean, he could have filed a charge. He could have. And then
Information received, but it's like, if I would have told him I was pacing you, which I was, I promise you I was pacing you.
And I understand,
promise
Chad.
you.
I understand that.
promise you.
Just okay. So
But
listen,
here,
yeah.
he could have filed on information received, and he didn't, and that got you mad. I'm sorry, but I'm not him either.
I know.
I was me in that vehicle.
I know. But
I'm
you know,
telling you right now,
that was what
legally,
that was what my issue was.
I set the cruise control at 55, which is 20 over the speed limit, and then that's where I was going to encounter you.
And you can do that?
Okay? Yes, we're allowed to.
You're
It's
allowed
called
to-
a pace.
You're-
P-A-C-E, pace.
You're allowed to speed.
Yeah, I can show you these cop cars out here all say certified speedometer.
Yeah, I understand. I've seen
Okay.
that. I understand that.
Yeah,
But you're
I was
allowed
paid
to speed.
to catch a speeder, yes.
That's behind you.
100%.
No, but that's behind you.
Yeah, we're that dumb.
So you can you're
So
so
people
you
are not
you can
dumb.
entrap
Mom,
somebody.
he's fine. He's not threatening
No,
me.
but is he live streaming?
Oh
Yeah, he's fine. Who cares? It's already been
Nice
investigated.
to meet you.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
You know, just please. Just,
Colorful language, but I respect what you're trying to do. Okay.
Thanks.
I think you could get,
Accountability.
honestly,
I think the common ground, you know.
I'm on the ballot in Southmont, so.
I think both of you could get a lot further if you didn't use that language.
Well, we have the right
And
to
that's
use
just,
it, and I understand that. I understand that,
I
and that's
understand you have the right.
that's why I do it. You know, that's why exactly. You know, because I have the right,
But it turns people off.
I understand, but the thing is, what I'm trying to. Well, my point is,
I know what you're trying to do.
assholes have rights too. That's why we have those rights. Is because
I'm just saying.
I know that.
Think you would
I know. No, I won't. I think we proved that tonight that nobody's going to get anywhere with these people because they just don't know for whatever reason. Okay, so I just come in and have fun. Okay, I mean honestly, I know they're not going to do anything, and I know I have to sue. You know, but like, and what bothers me about it, honestly, let me do this. Okay, what bothers me about it, John, just like my dad. You know okay, so you knew my uncle. You were my uncle's neighbor, and you know my Aunt Helen. Come on through, guys. Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Get your hug from Karen. She's a nice lady. You know.
This woman here too.
I got no issue with Karen. I got no issue with you actually either. I mean, you know. Yeah. Are you no longer a member of the? You don't want to say it with this. Gotcha. You ever seen me at Giant Eagle? I don't ever film at Giant Eagle, so. You know, I understand. Listen, you know, I mean, it's nothing. I don't. It's not. I'm trying to make a point. You know that like. And
I know, but and you know my. It makes me uncomfortable. I know it makes people in there, the public.
Let me say this, and I get that, but let me say this, okay?
I understand why you're doing it.
I bring out the flaws in what they do, okay? And if it takes that, think about if everybody's polite in there. Look at all the shit they pull on you. That's kind of what my point is. You know, if it takes me coming and cursing and swearing to get them to do something, and it gets the public at least coming to these meetings, then I'm doing my job right. That's the way I feel. Okay, I'm doing something effective, you know, and people on YouTube love it. So, I mean, you know, if anything, I realize the people in the room might not, but the people here on my channel, I mean, they, you know, like, hold them accountable, keep doing it, you know. Here's if you want to watch them, there's a link to my channel. So, you know, you can watch them. Please watch them.
I'm not a YouTube person.
It's there. So, Karen, I'll see you next month. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Have a good night, Mr.
I'm going outside. Yep. Dave, I'll be outside. So. Anybody want to speak on my channel here? Does anybody? You will? Okay.
Good luck. Good luck. There's no communication.
Right, and
No.
that's what we were, we're still fighting to get any information we can, because they're not talking to us. Well, that's what we got
the whole time. Well, am I allowed to know what sewer fines they have not paid? Am I allowed to come down and find that out tomorrow?
Yeah.
I can't.
I could tell you right now, it's $70-some thousand.
In sewer fines. Okay? Have they made any attempt?
Not even one.
So there's been no communication between the landlord and, as far as now, as far as the contract there is in place with Rabe Sewer.
I don't want to talk.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's just a matter of what that says.
Well, over
You just won't like it.
this building right here is not. And it's red and gray, so it's. This building is right here. Yeah, Westmont Ridge is not compliant. That building pays $38 a month. You know, non-compliant. This building. You're the like, you and the lady in the back, they're like really like small women. I know they're like. So, I mean, if they pay the fee, yeah. So, you're welcome.
I ordered some shirts and I got some really small ones, so she's little, so she gets one. So.
Yeah, it's, you know, it is up in the $70,000, you know, range. Yeah, and that's why we have to take steps to go.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And that's, and personally,
Everybody's leaving. Anybody want to speak here on the way out? Officer McCann is leaving.
No.
So what's that? No, you don't. I know you don't want to. I'm just saying he's leaving and his wife's leaving. I'll see you guys at the store maybe. Be easy. Hey, no hard feel. I got no. Personally, I have no problem with these people. They think I do.
Hey, did we get,
You
get
did.
little Nikki on the thing? Hi,
Yeah,
Nick.
you did.
You piece of shit. Hey, I want to say, first of all, John, thank you. I saw Janet the Rayhorse stormed out of the meeting. Pioli kept his mouth shut. I hope he doesn't come back. Ed started on me. He got mouthy with me. I said, Special Ed, you're done. You will not be here in January. Take Bob with you. Pioli doesn't live here. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm tired of the bullshit with this township. And
I agree with you.
Ed, every time you needed someone, who'd you call? Dave Hill. You want to see the call shots? You want to see the screenshots of the call? Ed, you want to see the, let me show you here.
Now here's the problem I have with this, okay? I don't want to do this. I don't want to come to these meetings. This is not fun. This has never been, I don't know if everybody's screaming right now, but this is not fun for me. It never has been. Being harassed by police officers has never been fun for me. Ever.
So they came just.
Never has been.
I just want to show everybody the proof. I texted a picture of the ethics complaint that him and Bob Shahady, Attorney Shahady, that he went to high school with, their high school sweethearts, that he asked me to file against Hintelek. I don't care. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is, okay, it's all, when it's coming in there for him, he's okay with it. Otherwise, he ignored all my complaints. He only sits up there, the most important thing he does is lick police boots.
Actually, you know what I think you should do? I think you should go talk with Brett.
I want nothing to do with it.
Okay, I understand,
I know, we have nothing in
but
common.
maybe if he understood, tell the channel then, he can watch it.
He, listen, Susan Conley-Lincoln, March Township meeting, gave him 8 minutes to talk out his ass about me, about a situation, but I hope Mr. Hill finds the piece he's looking for. No, I called 911, Blake, Novotny, and Zaccasia didn't respond. I called again, they didn't respond. You want the dates? July 22nd, August 24th, 23. And then it took till July 21st of 24, and Will Gonzalez, part-timer, came to the house. Finally, Don Wire arrested her on New Year's Eve of 24, and we went to magistrate's court here. Turns out Zach Ratsia, is related to her. That's why we couldn't get her convicted. So when she did get convicted, she turns around and he tells her, oh, go to the county and file an appeal. Imagine a police officer in a township where you tried to end somebody running over you, and old Nick tells her to file an appeal. How sweet is that? Hey, you know what, Nick? I hope you can't get a job anywhere, and I will do my best to make sure that you're gone out of here. We have one police officer, I guess, only Tyler. You're not really a police officer.
Like Trooper Howe said, and listen,
is increased.
okay,
It's good for you.
You caught everything he said on camera there about him speeding up Goucher Street and everything, and I was tailgating him. I got it on the camera too.
Well,
Okay.
John always says
I have it
this.
on a camera. Okay. I was in a diesel Chevy pickup truck. I wasn't going. Okay. You know, and you were going way over 55. That's all the faster I get that truck to go. But how come it's okay? You can't do that if you're not on a call. I took the EVOC class.
And I think at one time,
Maybe I know some things too. I know that you have to have those lights on, and you know, and look, you listen. The problem I have with those people is what he did to me. He's trying to tell me that I was committing a crime. No, I wasn't. If I was committing a crime, then so were you. Okay? That's the problem. And the way you spoke to me so dismissively, okay? And now I get it. Now I get it why I have been harassed by the state police down in Somerset. Okay? It was him. Now I get it. You want to tell me you're my friend? Fuck you. Fuck you, dude.
Hey, one of the
I'm
things I
afraid
wanna-
of you, Chad. People are afraid of me. I'm afraid of you. Seriously, what are you gonna do? You gonna put your gun down my head like Moser did? Oh man. Now I know. Now thank you. Thank you for coming to this meeting tonight. Now I know. Oh my God.
John,
Now I know
one
something
of
to
the
worry about.
things,
Shit.
please, don't lose sight of this.
I have something to worry about.
Tonight's meeting was epic. How many angry people showed up tonight? It was epic. And you know why? Because you're there videoing. We'd have no record of it. Alice would say, oh, it's a wonderful meeting tonight.
Rainbows and blowjobs.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys, to be politically correct.
no.
Rainbows and mouth stuff.
Listen.
Can't call it rainbows and blowjobs, Haley. They get upset. I have to call it rainbows and mouth stuff.
When you look at this meeting, everything went down. We got Janitor Rahor, a clown excuse for a wannabe attorney, actually storm out of the meeting. What's the matter, Davey boy? Your butt hurt? You're such a loser attorney. I want to tell you right to your face. I talked to clients of yours, and they said you're nothing but a garbage attorney.
Dave Rahor
Hello.
represented my ex-wife, Brett's cousin, in the divorce. Dave also represented my ex-girlfriend, girlfriend, Megan, when she tried to buy a handgun because her girlfriend recommended to buy a handgun so she could shoot me. He represented her. He's a good guy. And listen, I get it. He just doesn't know what he's not a civil attorney.
No, he's not a
Okay.
normal attorney. Plus, the other thing is, last meeting he called me an asshole. He sat
He
up
did.
there and he admitted it. Which, you know what? Hey, Davey.
What did he say to me?
We what did he say? Get the fuck out or something?
He said something nasty to me. We're gonna have to watch it.
Well, I think it's on my cam too.
So January's meeting was spicier than a habanero. I don't know what's the next level of pepper.
And now it's almost.
Because this meeting was
And we still have.
cranky.
I don't know. Who's toxic? Kim Jong-un?
This community is upset, and why this community is upset is because of its leadership. Is because of, no, I shouldn't call them leaders. It's because of their representation.
And John put it on video every month.
I don't do it. Listen, how many months ago did your wife ask about Mrs. Hill? Ask about for the people that don't know who his wife is. That's Mr. Hill. Mrs. Hill actually comes in and she asks very good questions. She tries to bring the tone of the room down, which I appreciate, because it gets fucking nasty in there. And it's all directed at me. I'm only doing it to bring attention to what's going on here. No other reason. Think about it. Think about that it takes me going in there and cursing and swearing to get them to even do anything, and they won't.
Well, no,
Okay?
it happened tonight, John. It happened tonight. It's not going to be the same. I promise them they're not going to be there. And thank you to everybody that watches this, everybody that supports it. Just put a like on it if you can't do anything else.
I would have liked to have met Brett's running mate, okay? And I don't know, you know. So Brett, is your running mate still here? Is your running mate still here? Brett's running mate? Is he still here? I'd like to meet him at some point. And listen, if you guys want to introduce yourselves on my channel, that's fine, okay? Because Brett is, whatever personally, okay, I think you would be, I think you'd do good here. Because if anything, let me say this too, okay? If for anything, because you're not them. You're not them.
I got it.
Give you a chance, okay? You can't fuck it up any worse than they have.
No, that's true.
Brett, I swear to God, that's why okay? Give the new guy a chance. Clearly they don't know what they're doing.
want to do stuff that's right for everybody in Upper Yoder. That's what you
all
want to
the
do.
thing,
You know, you
feed
have
down the
citizens up
line,
here. They
you
should
know,
be,
what, you know,
Represented.
It's not
the residents are
supervisors,
maybe
it's like,
being
hey, guys,
kept,
okay, what do you think the
There's
best
a lot
thing
of
to do
them.
is?
Yeah,
And
or
take
whatever,
public
like I
comments, hey,
said.
what do you guys,
Yeah.
we're looking into this, what do you guys think? Give us
So-
some feedback, you know what I mean? And then we
So, like I
can
said,
go and make these
hopefully it,
decisions, hey,
you know,
you talk to the right
works
people.
out.
You know what I mean? You gotta talk to the right people
Wait
and
and
say,
see, Dan.
Yeah,
you know, you have a problem down there with the,
I
you know,
will
the
be-
fire hydrants.
Trust us and-
You know I will. I've been
Yeah.
calling
You know,
Jim
people down there
nonstop.
without water and
Well, Jim's a
sewage
good,
back
Yes, he
there.
is.
yeah, he's, you know, yeah, he answers.
Not- Not over bureaucracy, right. You guys figure, leave the water on and figure it out.
They answer
Okay.
to no one.
So,
And it's the landlord not paying,
Yeah,
not
our
those
crew
tenants.
that's.
and that's not their fault, right, yeah.
I'm sure those tenants
Yeah,
in
like I said,
their
he
rent
knows-
probably had
I
some
mean,
kind of
he,
sewer.
quite
They're-
frankly, he probably knows.
They're right here, you know,
Two of us.
I went to I went to a Brownstown meeting. Brett, I'd suggest you actually go to a Brownstown meeting and see how they operate it. Because they give the public the opportunity to speak after every roll call, okay, or after every motion. It's time consuming, but everybody feels like they're heard,
Right, right.
okay?
So what did he
Listen,
do?
like I said, okay.
Legally put into
All personal
some
shit aside,
accounts.
you're different than, okay. I can't. I don't even live in this township, and I have to come, okay? His wife asked about live streaming. How hard is it for them to set up a thing? They could. I would even consult them for nothing.
I'm getting yelled
It's
at
this
for
simple.
bringing
She has a
this
laptop there.
information
She just does this, and then boom, it's live.
Never
Okay.
happened. Never.
That's not true. Talk to him about it. If he's elected, I'm sure he can make that happen. All it takes is just suggesting it.
Well, not like this.
Yeah, you guys, Upper Yoder Township, and then I don't have to come to your fucking meetings anymore.
John, I gotta go. Hey, thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
Always
Dave.
a pleasure.
Yep,
Thanks.
yep.
Hey, thanks, everybody, and special thanks to Jessica. Thank
Really,
you.
that's
Go ahead and mention it.
that's all it
Have
does
a good
take.
night, everybody.
Yep.
See
Thanks, Dave.
comments. I will be in about an hour.
All right, thanks, buddy. Yep.
Yep.
That's all it takes. Chrissy, was nice seeing you guys. Take care. Yep. Yep. You guys want to speak, okay?
Yeah, real quick.
So you guys are the friends that I have. This is Richie and Teresa.
Teresa.
I've known Richie since he's in the over 40 club. He's one of the few that I've known for over 40 years. Okay, not too many people are in that club. You, Dr. Joe, Jason Freer.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are in that are friends of mine. I shouldn't say that because I know some people, like the people we saw at the thing, at our reunion, which was a blast. I want to say to everyone, I had a great time. So these are the residents of Carriage Hills Apartments that made me aware of what's going on over there, and what they're dealing with is bureaucracy. So they're gonna sit there, and Teresa's probably gonna be the mouthpiece of this, so she can tell you what's going on, maybe in a little more detail. So.
Well, maybe about a month ago, roughly, we got a notice on the door from the Upper Yoder Sewer Authority saying they were gonna shut off the water.
It's 2 weeks ago. So.
Okay.
And they were going to shut off the water because the complex hadn't been compliant with the sewer dates. And so what it boils down to is there's lack of communication between the sewer authority and the landlord and the tenants, which we're still having issues with. But they did get a contract and a start date, which started today, as far as the sewer work over there. That's all I know right now. I learned tonight that the complex, the landlord owes $70,000 in back compliance fees. They haven't paid a dime, according to the guy who I was talking to tonight, who works on the Water Authority Board. And so, there's a lot up in the air. What's going to happen?
I didn't think anything of what Tim, the head of your fire department, your EMS brought
Yes.
up about the water situation.
Yeah.
I didn't even thought of that, okay, about the elderly people that live there.
Neither way. That would be quite
Okay,
honest with you.
right, and I know there was a fire hydrant there, okay, but I've thought about, Jesus, those places, they are all wood. I've been in them. I've delivered pizza in there, and I've been in, I know, okay? It's fucking dangerous, okay? Okay, but I was here on Thursday for the regular meeting, and I spoke with Chance, the engineer, about this, okay? And I think the guy you were speaking with really was trying to shut him up, okay, because I asked him some questions. You probably watched my live stream. I don't know if you caught everything that was said, but It's over the pressure testing.
Right.
That's all it is. You guys are probably in compliance. The work is probably in compliance, okay? I don't know. Richie, you've been there for a long time.
I've been there over 10 plus years.
Did they do your sewers probably when the rest of the community was doing the sewers?
When my former landlord Kurt bought it, he did all the sewer work himself, but that was 10 plus years ago.
So it still should be done for the laterals. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, okay, so now there is an ordinance or a resolution or something that in any real estate sale there has to be a pressure test. That was what wasn't done. So if the work was done, all this really is they have to send whoever does the pressure testing, and I believe it's the engineers, okay, come out, 15 pounds of air pressure, and if it does no leaky, you guys get okay. But all it is decisions and rules that they make and laws that they have, yes, yay. Like whoever's the rubber stamp, yay. Okay? Not understanding what the impact of the community is. Okay? Like for a house, they want everybody to comply with that, okay, which is a little bit different than, but they don't take into consideration, oh wait, we have apartment complexes in this thing. There are retirement, whatever they call them, old folks homes, I call them, okay, that's what we used to call them, right. I used to call them the old folks homes, so I'm still gonna call them the old folks homes on my channel, okay, but they're right there, they're in Upper Yoder.
Well, according to the gentleman I just spoke with, who was on the the sewer authority,
Yes,
sorry.
right.
He said that there is massive amounts of issues with water coming out of there. He said it's just.
Okay, I wouldn't, who the guy on the board?
Yeah,
No.
the gentleman we were just speaking
Yeah,
about.
I don't know who he is.
I didn't
don't know
either.
his
I
name
didn't get
is.
his name.
Okay,
He's
right.
on the board. Yeah.
My personal things on that is I don't know that, okay, but if you tell me that here's
That's what he said. No.
Here's what my personal take is on that, okay? You just told me the landlord did the work.
Previous landlord.
10 plus years.
A landlord did the work.
Yes.
We were all mandated to do sewer work
Right,
in
he
the
did
past. Okay, so he did it. Okay, so what dude told you, okay, I think is probably factually untrue. Okay, you have to understand, if he's on the board, he's going to try and cover his ass right now,
Yeah,
number
but
one.
like I said, that was 10 plus years ago. They've since sold it to somebody else, and that was 2 or 3 years ago.
Do you guys see what the issue is here? The issue is somebody didn't have it they didn't have it pressure tested at the sale. Anytime you sell a property now, okay, so when Tim sold it, when did he sell it? Your old landlord. The guy did he recently
Kurt.
sell it? Or Kurt? Okay.
That was maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And the current owners bought it?
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't do a pressure test then. And I would imagine that probably your landlord thought, I just had the sewer work done, I don't need to have a test done. Okay?
Right.
The people, whoever bought it, your out-of-town landlords bought it,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
They
Not
are the
from New
ones.
York.
They are the ones that are responsible for having that fucking pressure test done if it wasn't done. They didn't do it. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but okay, what I want you guys to do is go home and look up. You can type into Google. Okay, what is a Monell claim? Okay, it's why I keep coming to these meetings every month. Okay, is to prove the deliberate indifference. Okay, now. I don't know if anybody noticed this or not, but you guys probably didn't because you were sitting in the back, okay? But there was Officer Greg Lamantia there. He was wearing it, okay? I don't know if you know who he is, okay? He works down at the federal courthouse, okay? There is a lawsuit that is sitting on that table, okay, that they don't want to pick up for whatever reason, okay? John Blake works for the police department, okay? He was, no, he's for 60 days. He still works.
He's still the chief.
So Alice is designed to is authorized to accept anything for the right. Dave Reagan doesn't understand what process is. Okay, what you people don't think I don't look up what process services. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to argue that in court too. Okay, whatever. You're not gonna get through it. Okay, I'll just mail it to him too. No problem. We're good. No problem.
And let me throw this disclaimer on in here that I am the chairman of the board of auditors up here, but
anything you say doesn't does not reflect your right. You does not
I'm just
reflect your
saying as a
professional position.
disclaimer.
Yeah, as your professional position. I understand that, and I appreciate people that actually are elected officials that say, "Look, I'll come and speak about a situation." Okay, and like you said, like I said for you, but you can say, You know, you can say, this does not reflect your professional position or your elected position. This is just your thoughts, and you're talking about your living situation right now. You know, and you've actually told me about some of the bureaucracy that you have to deal with just the way things are in local government, and it's kind of frustrating. And I'm signing up for that. Oh yay, good times. Okay, so. You know,
I was talking to Rich tonight. This is my first actual board meeting being here, and just the way everybody conducted themselves, it reminded me of a Jerry Springer, Maury Povich show.
Okay, so let me.
And I get it. I get it.
Let me apologize to you as a friend for my language, okay? But I'm sure you probably don't care if I use the word fuck, because I've said it 4 times around here now.
Well,
and,
you know what? What you get from the council is how they're going to get it back.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And when you've got the council sitting there, well, my mom said this, they heard this from my second cousin, mother, baby, daddy, and I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, it's nothing but a rumor mill.
Here's what I do to everybody. I'll do it again on my channel here for not the last time, because I do this all the time. Okay, so if you were stopped by a police officer, okay, after you've been harassed your whole life by them. Okay, Richie was a smarter person than I was from the class of '95. He didn't decide to go out and party like I did. Okay, I've been chased by every old cop in all of these woods with a keg. Okay, I was a fat kid, so I just figured, fuck it, they're gonna get me. Okay, but I never got anything like they used to stick weed charges on me because those were worse. Never the underage drinking, so it was always the weed charges. So in 2015, I had a gun held to my head by one of these cops down on Salmon Boulevard. Upper Yoder cop down on Salmon Boulevard. What is gun to my head? I said no, they can't do this anymore. Okay, in order for me to not sit in jail for months for a jury selection, I had to sign my rights to sue them away. And I've had a problem with that since then, since making that decision. I should have done the difficult thing and went, fine, put me in jail. Can't wait. But I didn't. I was working and I had shit to do, and I still, my dogs, and I wasn't going to go to jail. Okay, if I had the choice, I signed it and I went, no, fine, let me go. 2023, okay? So I used to go to South Marlboro Council meetings and I used to bitch, piss, and moan, okay? Because that's where I live, right? Nothing really major, okay? But then I started getting, like, fucked with, okay? And then they started really they started doing stuff to me. They towed my truck from Rite Aid. Okay, I got pulled over and they towed my truck for on a thing they had no right to tow me on. Okay, and I'm not going to speak about that anymore because there is federal litigation happening on that. So I'm not speaking about that anymore. However, 2 days later, when I went to get the truck inspected, I got pulled over again in the plaza. Everybody knows that video. Everybody's aware of that one. So let's step out of the way so this lady can put her thing in the box. You probably don't want to be on camera, so
No, I don't.
No, I figured that. So I'm gonna do that, and we're good.
There you go.
There you go. No problem. Yep. Yep.
You as well.
Hope you enjoyed paying your bill. Nobody does. Anyhow, one of these guys, it was Officer Navani, he came flying up behind me. So I flipped him off. As anybody that knows anything knows, we have the right to do that. So I was like, really? Again? They're never gonna stop harassing me. It took me about 9 months to find an attorney. When I found the attorney, he has educated me. My friend Josh has educated me more than he has educated me more than any teacher that ever taught me, and that I ever paid for, or I was ever forced to go to school. He has taught me more in the 7 times that I met him in person and the 15 times I spoke with him on the phone. He has taught me more than most human beings ever taught me anything. Really, honest to God. So he explained to me all about the law, how to do everything, okay, and what the parameters of the law were, okay. it wasn't his choice to not represent me on that situation. It was his firm's. Okay, we don't want to be known as a First Amendment auditor civil rights firm, because then we'll have every person that goes out with the camera and shoves in a cop's face wanting us to represent them. And frankly, we don't have enough secretaries.
Yeah.
Okay. And I totally appreciated that, because that man helped me immensely. Okay. But then they started with me. Okay. And then this cop is sitting over on Delia Street, just sitting there, right?
Oh, I
watching me.
remember watching
You
the
remember
videos.
everybody remembers watching the videos. So then when that happened, I was like, no, this is no. Okay. So I did what I could, and I found an attorney. Like I said, I found Josh, and he helped me. And basically, now that he's taught me the things that he's taught me, I can do it myself, and I hold them accountable myself. I'm not going to discuss what I offer as a settlement, but I will, okay? My initial settlement offer is always $1, and they apologize to me and resign, and they get retrained, okay? But they never accept it. But they have to, the officer that violated my rights has to resign willfully. And they have to apologize, and they know we're not going to do it, okay? So that's always on the table for any of these officers that want to do that. So, I think I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys want to say anything more about your situation?
No.
Okay.
I just wanted, the sewer authority has been very transparent as far as with me and their issues with the landlord. So they've been wonderful to work
I would
with.
suggest you write to them and request any documentation about your thing,
That's
okay?
what I'm going to do.
If you need those forms, I can give them to you. They're
All right.
easy to find. I think it's just right to know request.
Yep,
It's,
RTK.
But I do them online, because you can download the PDF and just type them, because my handwriting's terrible.
Okay.
Well,
thank you for having us.
And it's easier to email. Yeah, thank you for coming on the channel. I appreciate it. You want to plug your book?
Oh, yeah. I have a book, Never a Child. It's about an autobiography of my life. I was sexually trafficked from age 5 to 9, and I was sexually abused from 3 months to 17 years old. And I talk about what I went through, the trauma, how it affected me into my adulthood, decisions, good, bad, and ugly, and then how I found the beginning path of healing from the trauma. So you can hit me up for it. It's $10 a book.
If you want the book and you don't know how to get a hold of her, you can get a hold of me through my channel, and I can just do all that. It's a good book. I read it. I recommend anybody that wants to read a real story, read it. Okay, it's kind of. There were moments that I was like, wow, holy shit. So, but other than that, I appreciate everybody that watches. I appreciate everybody that comes to these meetings and does what they're supposed to do. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Richie, again, part of the 40-year club. Good guy. Very, very good man, and he's thorough,
Man, I will shake hands with.
Yeah, so, so I'm gonna do this now. So, you guys take care.
Yes,
See ya.
sir.
Yep, thanks. Be
Pleasure
easy.
to see ya.
Yep,
See ya.
thanks for being featured. They're usually the third Thursday of the month at 7. This one was a weird one, but I just hope they get their acts together. Yep. See you, Richie. It's almost 9 o'clock.
I'm going to start publicizing. I want to be on that board. I want to make change, because what's up there now is a joke.
So yeah, okay. So in 2 years there will be another election. There will be, I think it's Paul Pioli that'll be up in 2 years.
Okay.
So and listen, I mean, Sue doesn't like me because for whatever, I'm not gonna say why she doesn't like me. Okay, she doesn't like me. Okay, I have no problem with her. I think she's probably a nice person. I think she actually cares. Okay, I think she knows more about what she's doing in the past year that she's been on the board than these guys. Yeah, I mean, like look, you still be the old boys club, but you just have to not be elected officials.
Hey, John. I'm just going to come back on camera.
Yeah,
for
good.
this.
Do that. Yeah.
My mother lives over on Morris Street.
Yeah. How is Darlene doing, by the way?
Hanging in there.
Good.
She has an empty house across the street.
Mm-hmm.
That's been, quote unquote, empty for about 1.5 years, 2 years now. Yep. And people were staying in there.
Was this the place years ago that she used to have trouble with on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. So that she's been having this problem for well over 10 years, because your mom blocked me about 9 years ago.
Oh, no. No, it might be. I don't know. But yeah.
I remember discussing this with her.
Yeah.
I do remember discussing this with her, and I felt bad for her. I felt bad for her, what she was going through. But anyway, continue what you were going to say.
But yeah, there's been people in and out of there all hours of the night.
Yeah.
But yet it's an uninhabited house. And the thing is, John, Paul Pioli lives catty corner from that house.
Are you sure he lives there? Because I hear he's in Sandy.
Well, his
Hook or
address is,
but he's not there.
I have no, I can't speak one way or the other.
What I would suggest to anybody watching this who was paying attention to, listen, Jeff of the Jungle sells cameras you can mount on your house for like $40, okay? Get some cameras.
Yeah.
You know, because like, one of the problems we have around here, okay, is he said, she said, right? Okay, so that's why this is here. That's why this is here. They hate it so much. That's why it's here. Okay, that's why I do what I do, and that's why, you know, because you can't. You can lie to me, okay, but you can't lie to that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can lie to it, but it'll catch you. So I don't know, you know. So yeah, I just hope that this community gets it figured out. I hope you guys on election day turn out. Okay, I'm not gonna be here at all.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be doing anything in Upper Yoder Township. I'm gonna be doing what I have to do to get my ass elected, I guess. Yay.
Yeah.
I have some ideas. I do. You know, they're charging us $600 a year for sewer maintenance. Every right to know request I've ever done for any sewer maintenance bills, they don't come back with anything. If they're not going to maintain the sewers at $600 a year, then stop charging us $600 a year. So it used to be $48, you know, but.
Hey, at least somebody around here's getting their sewer work done.
It got done, you know, so we were unique. They didn't actually tell us to do it. Like Upper Yoder, they were like, go do your sewers. You know, I'm sure you're aware of that, like, you know, like you had to get a contractor to do it yourself, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Everything. Southmont, they didn't. They got a couple of grants. Doug Barry is a grant writer. So they got a couple of grants, but they didn't cover the whole township or the whole borough. And from what I understand, and I might not have this exactly correct, but I think I do. So because they got grants, okay, the whole borough had to do, like, they had to, like, do everybody's, okay, or you could opt out and do it yourself, but they did them all, and then, right, but that's what the $600 is, to pay for it in the back end. The grant money went to do the Southmont Borough Council members' properties. So, yeah. So, yeah. I'm going to end this. Don't take off yet, because I want to talk to you off camera.
Okay.
Okay? So, yeah, so if you want to stay on for my ending, that's cool. So
I'll step off
All
here.
right. Okay, cool. Thanks. So again, everybody, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping by. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. And hey, the comments when you don't like what you see, those are the best ones. And hey, I'm gonna give you another one. If you don't like what you see, fuck you. Okay? Appreciate you watching. Please subscribe. And again, you know, I say a lot and I say okay a lot. I watch a lot of my videos and I say those words all the time. And I'm working on that, but sorry. Just try to be transparent with the government. That's all we got to do here, people, is just being open and honest. And if somebody does something bad, then you know, hold yourself accountable instead of making people drag you into court. Have a good day. Bye-bye.